getting better. So getting better is not necessarily on the outside, but the outside I know will catch up with what's going on the inside. So hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Yumbo. So today I want to talk to you about the different types of itching. OMG. It's pretty much like, I think in the 5.5 years I've been at this thing, 3 types. The first type is, oh my gosh, I need to scratch, and it felt like the itch was in my bone marrow. Not the bone, inside the bone, in the marrow. It was like that deep. So bad, so frustrating. Hence the cut skin, the oozing skin. It was a nightmare. My skin was like wet. It was absolutely diabolical. It was disgusting. I didn't care. I just needed to get, as you can imagine, also the skin just coming off like that. It was gross. And check my nails out now. This is long, and I cut my nails once a week. So today's the weekend, so I'm due to cut it on a Monday. I always try and do it on the same day. And pretty much nowadays when I'm scratching, it's okay, it's not deep, and also distraction works very well. So when I'm distracted or I need to stop, I stop and the itch goes away. However, I noticed that sometimes when I'm scratching, I'm thinking, oh, my skin got worse. I realized that my nails have grown, but it's not as desperate. But initially, 5.5 years ago, when I lived elsewhere, basically, and there was a grocery store, Sainsbury's, for those of you who live here in the UK, was literally spitting distance. And of course, I needed to run my errands. Basically, it was a question of, because I knew the layout of the store, I know exactly where I needed to go, and I used to time it at certain times, obviously when it was very quiet, so i.e. in the evening, when I knew there wouldn't be a mad rush. I need to pick up 10 items from the grocery store. I go there, I'm checking out the checkouts, and I see 3 people. I thought, yeah, we're good. I'm standing there, and it's like, come on, come on. When you're in a hurry, everything seems to slow down, so it just kind of defeats the purpose. And sometimes if, there was a problem and the lady at the counter had to ask a colleague, I'm like, I've been known to just drop everything and dash back home because I'm that desperate to scratch. And when I do scratch, like I said, it was deep bone, and it could go on for hours and hours. There was copious amounts of skin that used to shed. I could only do one thing at a time. So if it meant just going to the shops around the corner, one thing at a time, or if I had to go into town, meaning a bus ride, one place, one shop, back home. I'll have chores to do, like ironing and vacuuming and doing the laundry, etc., and cooking. I could only manage one at a time. If I iron, it'd be like for half an hour. Nowadays, I always like pat myself on the back, like, you go girl. I ironed today, I've vacuumed today, I've cleaned the bathroom, I've cooked, I even had a chat with a friend. We are good, we are healed. It's a reminder that how far I have come compared to when I can only do one chore a day. Right now that when I'm out and I see I did a scratch there and I can leave it and we're good. It's just, normal. When I'm out, when I need to scratch, I've even been known to scratch and not realize that I have. It's just later on I'm thinking, actually, I remember scratching there and I didn't, and then I was good. That wasn't like 5.5 years ago if I scratched like that in public. A particular ladies, not just any toilets. I wouldn't go to the toilets at a restaurant unless I knew what the bathroom was like. So one of these pokey bathrooms, it wasn't clean. So for example, in a shopping mall, I was quite happy because sometimes they have like a mother and toddler and buggy cubicle. That's what I always used to go for, one that would have a wash basin as well. So that used to make me feel comfortable. I do what I need to do and come out, and that was good. So I've come a long way in the scratching thing, and I'm really sort of grateful, but I still have to cut my nails back, like I said. And when I'm out, I don't so much scratch, then more to do like with rubbing, and it's not everywhere, it's just my face, my neck and my chest area. Feels yeah, it actually feels dry. So I just like rub it out, and a little bit of skin cells come off. Not a great deal. Different signs that make me feel better and keep me sane. For example, if I did just my face and I actually scratched my face or rubbed it, there was so much skin that came off. I thought, oh, that's a lot. You know, it's like reminded me of, you know, the beginning, yada yada yada. Now I can do my face, my neck, and my chest, and a tiny bit will come off. And even though the skin might not be doing what I want it to do on the outside, the fact that I'm not shedding so much is a big deal to me. It goes through changes, and I think, well, it is getting better. I've got to let it do what it needs to do. So, regarding the scratching, distraction works, and I've mentioned this in my vlog before. Distraction is a big deal, because I'm so much better outdoors than I'm indoors. When I'm indoors, like I say, I can go up to 6 hours. Say from the time when I've showered and moisturized, I can go 6 hours. But towards the sort of the 5th and the 6th, I'm feeling that, oh, I need to, but I know I can survive another hour or so. Whereas when I'm at home, I'm like, well, I'm at home. I don't need to feel this ickiness. Just do what you need to do and get it over and done with. And once I've done it, so sometimes it's like 2 hours into, I've been thinking, oh, hang on a minute, it's just been 2 hours since I showered. I should be okay, but I'm feeling it, I'm going to get myself comfortable. So there's no point, you know, I know I can survive 6 hours when I'm outdoors, but I don't have to do that when I'm at home. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. And I keep saying this every time, but I kind of sort of do. So I think, well, okay, it's only been 2 hours, but then I sort myself out anyway. And then I kind of forget about it until in the evening I'm thinking, oh my gosh. It's been 6 hours easily, because I'm not, you know, yes, initially I used to look at the time and go, oh, another half an hour, oh, I can do this, I can do this. Whereas when I'm home, if I'm feeling that I need to sort myself out, I sort it out, and then the rest, I'm good. When I've been out and I'm sort of close to the time when I need to sort myself out, and I'm on the bus and I'm coming home, back in the day, literally, it was a question of get home, drop everything, where it was like, shut the door, lock the door, drop everything, and scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch. I know that I'm getting better, so I can come home. I can actually offload my shopping, change if I need to change, sit and relax a little bit. Then I think, oh yeah, okay, let me sort my skin out. That's another sign for me that getting better. So getting better is not necessarily on the outside, but the outside I know will catch up with what's going on the inside. So the inside of the stuff, how I feel, and number one, there's not so much skin coming off, and number two, there's like more and more hours in between. And when I'm out and I need to sort myself out, I can do it in 10 minutes as opposed to half an hour. The important thing is that when I'm outdoors, I'm able to handle it. I'm able to manage it so well that so long as I've got my little flannel and my little tub of Vaseline, that little thing there. I remember actually filling it up when I started work. I filled up the little tub. I don't have it with me at the moment. And that's lasted 6 weeks because I only use a tiny bit now. So even though I go sort myself out, it's usually for my face and neck and shoulders, but you know, so it's lasted 6 weeks, just a tiny bit. So I've come a long way, and to the outside it's like, well, the skin doesn't look any better, but because steroid withdrawal, different ballgame altogether. I just deal with my skin as and when, just whatever. Oh, this is different, okay, fine, but you know, don't get excited. You know, like I said, a few months ago my skin had cleared, well, the forehead, and then sort of come back, but it's not as bad as before. So sometimes something will clear and they think, yeah, we're good, and then a few weeks later, you know, I don't want to say it gets worse, but it's not as good, but it's not as bad as it was, you know, like years ago. So because initially when I noticed that, I like, oh my God, here we go again, I get upset, but I then noticed that there's nothing to be upset about. This is the way of my body healing. So even if something cleared, like my forehead, and I'll come back again, but it's not as bad as before. So I chill out because, you know, getting upset is like stressful, and anything stressful just makes life easy, harder. As far as the itching and the scratching, not so bad. Not so much itching, actually. I know one day the skin on the outside, the skin would then follow suit what's going on the inside. So we are good. So thank you very much for watching, liking and subscribing. I'll see you in my next vlog.